Ranch for more public displays of homesteading. Good morning, Rock. Good boy. So always the first thing to do is tell Amarok what a good boy he is. That's right. He guards the ranch all night long. He's always happy to see us get up in the morning. And perfectionism always holds me back from doing kind of raw types of videos like this. But today I'm not gonna have my perfection hold me back. So you're here with me. And at times I'm gonna try to put the tripod, but check this little half pipe out. I then cut the pipe and then attached it to these boards. And my perfectionism says, can't we cut the boards off evenly? But real's real. Here. So I like to load these feeders before I let the birds out. And that requires going back to the shed. How is everyone this morning? No one's here, but maybe when you watch this, tell me about your morning routine. So we've got game bird starter. That's a high protein. So we've got laying pellets, and that's got calcium and whatnot for the laying hens in it. I'm a little out of breath. It's cold. It's about 28, 30 degrees-ish. Good morning, everyone. Right, let's get up a little. All right, now I can unleash the poultries, and that's the fun part. Over here's the bachelor pad, and we harvested 4 out of 5 of our cockerels yesterday, but Big Red here, he evaded capture. There he goes, Big Red. And then next I like to let out the brooding kennel. And Peregrine's chicks go next door through a little hole in the chicken wire. And then gotta take down the poop guard. And that's where we keep Whitey. Whitey is a blind turkey poult. Little Whitey. So Whitey runs into everything. This is Whitey's brother. It's a chicken chick. But Darlene raised 2 chicken chicks and 2 turkey poults for her brood. So I will be coming back and filling that water over there. Hi, chicken chick. That one's clearly a cockerel. And then here's the battered woman's refuge. So these ones got mounted and plucked a bunch. So they have their own place. Got to top off their bowl. This is our poultry palace. And this is the main secure coop. That's one of the first things we built on the property. We built it before we had anything, any kind of fence. We did not have a livestock guardian dog yet. So we made sure that the poultry palace is really very strong and secure. But look at these babies. They're so precious. Alright, so it's best if that water is taller so that they don't fall in. So we're off grid here. We've got our IBC tote for the barn. The bottom tote held iodine, which made it drinking water safe, but it also made the it also made the plastic brittle. So this bottom tote has a hole in it, so we can't use it. It's just a riser. There's the hole. Oh, here's one of our recent pullets that hatched this spring. That's black and gold. She's so pretty. Everybody lines up for the buffet. We call that one micro poult because it started coming out to free range when it was just a tiny baby. Yep, and that's my embarrassing stash, but people do add bottles to my stash. It's a tree ring garden seat. And we have 7 breeder turkeys. They're heritage. They're different ones. There's bronzes and blue slates. Oh, that's really full for my purpose, but got distracted. Okay. Anyways, so that's the bronze type, and that's the blue slate type. This one's Darlene. That's Whitey's mama. There's Big Red, the one that escaped Harvest Day. And here's Blackie. That's Darlene's poult. Hi, Blackie. Blackie's an awesome one. Don't know if it's a hen or a tom. I gotta put this down. Not that handy with the with the tripod yet, and I'm trying to learn. Let's see, you can watch. Ba-ba-ba. And the water was not frozen this morning, so maybe it wasn't as cold as what the weather app says. I haven't looked yet at our thermometer. Okay, so let's top off Whitey's water. Hi, Whitey. So we are waiting for funds to improve this next section of barn. I'm gonna set this up again. I don't know. There we go. I'll be right back with some food. guys. A little bit of that. And a little bit of that. Yes, darling. Come on, Whitey. That's Whitey's brother. There's Whitey's other sibling, another chicken chick. Come on, Whitey. So Whitey's getting picked on and couldn't find its way around outside. So every morning, the siblings come and visit it. And I say it because I don't know if Whitey's a boy or a girl. Can't tell until, like, they get their bald-headed, fantail, strutting thing that the males get. The females, I think this one's going to be a female, Blackie. That's Whitey's big sibling. And here's Mama Darlene. Whoops, I'm tripping over things. There's Darlene. All right, so I like to shut them in here so they get family time without getting harassed. And speaking of not getting harassed, I'm going to put you down because it takes 2 hands. All right, Paragon here. This is the home for battered women. Like I said, I'm not too used to using the tripod and stuff, so sorry for the crude quality of this video. But that's what you get from 1MillionPumpkins. It's public displays of homesteading. It's not here for expert cinematography. I hope that's okay. And once again, I gotta mix that in because I added some scratch grains. These are the ladies who've been overmated, or they're going through a radical molt. Like this one here, we call her Top Knot. She's all pins. Okay. Then I like to check. No eggs this morning. Check the water. Swish the water out. That one's pretty low. I'm going to refill that. They have another nest there. Okay. Sorry for the sniffles. It's chilly outside. It makes my nose run. Okay, so back to the tote. Hi guys. Stella raised Microchick together with, where is she? With this chicken. That's one of our oldest hens. She helped brood and raise Micropult, sorry. Her name is Somnus because she was a sleepyhead when she was a baby. And almost all of my animals have names, which I know some people don't think you should name all your farm animals, but I think that God knows all of our names. And so, oops. Like I said, I kind of suck at the tripod. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Okay, I think that is better. Alright. And then this one's hard to unscrew, so. Gotta use my Thigh Master action. Yeah, this water is due for a scrub. Do a little bit of pre-winter cleaning is in order. And I fight the perfectionism to show you all this, so sometimes I don't end up making videos because I want it to be pretty, and sometimes it's just not that pretty. There's chicken shit all over stuff. Oh, pardon my French. Merde. That's French. Nobody apologizes for their French when they say mad. At least I've never heard anyone. Ha ha ha. Alright, black and gold's behind me. And a few of them don't have names, like this new. That's a hen. She hatched this May. And I don't have names for them. Anyways, carrying the 3 gallons. Look at Peregrine and her babies. So precious. She's got 7. Back into the ladies' rehab facility. The safe house. My girls. Let me hook you back up. I would love to upgrade to metal waters. The UV hits those plastic ones pretty hard. All right. Well, that's the birds sorted. Up next, we got sheeps. Let me give these guys a little bit more. The UV destroyed the plastic upper parts of these, but just using as food bowls. I want to upgrade to troughs like this as soon as possible. Whoops. We got a lot of projects, you know. It happens when you're off grid. Alright, I got extra scoops in here. Don't need the water yet. I might need the water. Alright. Let's go around. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I make myself dizzy. So after they get their fill, the birds all come over here. We call this the clubhouse tree. It's a nice shady place where you can keep an eye on the action. And they're pooping all over my project table that I'm going to tile. New shed. Notice the hurricane straps and that we're adding gravel, harvesting gravel from the yard garden where it's no longer needed. And we've been having to buy hay bale by bale instead of getting the big bales. And we did not have any alfalfa. Make these legs longer. Anyways, the sheep get about a pound and a half per animal. Okay, that's good for petroglyph. Whoa! I gotta hold this by the other handle. This is challenging. Okay, here we go. Petroglyph. I don't know if I'm bold enough to share with you, but I sing little songs. I have little songs for every animal. Yeah, Brock, he's such a playful, jolly dog. What a good boy. And once again, sorry to be out of breath. We are at 6,100 feet. I've been living here for 3.5 years, from Southern California to northeastern Arizona. So many changes. Love the changes, but there's still changes and still adjusting. Here's petroglyph. Doesn't he look just like the petroglyphs you can find in the Southwest where they hunt bighorn? Gorgeous, I love him. I have to be careful because he's around me. He's very aggressive. There he goes. He's got water. Good to go. And we've got 2 trees planted so far. We've got a Russian olive and a Siberian elm. They're heading into their second winter. Ultimately, I want to have fodder trees like that surrounding all the sheep pens. But it's pointless to plant trees here unless you can water them. They'll just die. So until we get more buttoned down on our water situation, it's vastly improved, but it's not perfect. I'd like to have a tote down there by petroglyph. It'd make watering him and the trees much easier. See, here's our upgraded water trailer. It got shaken to bits, so the guys added thicker iron. And I was supposed to post a video about that, but I'm terrible at editing. Basically don't really edit at all. I can string clips together with about my level of skill. But I'm hoping this winter that I will develop my skills. Winter's a good time to do stuff like that as you're stuck inside. Aristocrat's bigger than petroglyph, so I give him a little bit more. He might be getting kind of fat though, between you and me, since he's adjacent to the vegetable garden. He gets a lot of treats. Here we go. Aristocrat. Bye. And let's take just a moment to honor my old friend Brisket, best dog in the world. 12 years with him. Love you, Brisky. Hi, Aristocrat. How you doing, big guy? You love your food. Let's see, I think you can see. Good boy. There you go. Aristocrat is the biggest lover ever. But I find that rams really are lovers. It's just that they're rams, so they will ram you. Aristocrat rammed like my sit bones up into my sacrum, and I was laid up for a while. I just got between him and where he wanted to be. Don't turn your back on a ram. They're one of the most dangerous farm animals. All right, now for the girls. Let's see if I can add another layer on my tripod. I'm such an amateur. Thanks for everyone who's here. I'm trying to do more with the channel. So there's 15. There's 15 ewes and lambs over there. So they need quite a bit of hay. Where is it? There. So start with that, and then I'll give them some grain as well, since we don't have alfalfa at the moment. All right. Here we go. And now I have not yet cleaned up all of this area since we built the hay bay and added the shed. Once again, the perfectionism has prevented me showing you much because of that, but today's a breakthrough day. We did take a lot of our trash to the dump at last. That was a big relief, so I can complete organizing that. And we keep it in the kennel so it doesn't blow away, and so that no animals get in there. Ewes and lambs are down there. Grain is right here. Mamas and babies. I like to take the ewes and lambs out pretty much every day, and they graze on whatever there is to graze on, which right now there's a tiny bit of green grass, some forbs. So forbs are non-grass plants like broadleafs and weeds. One of the cool things is that our homestead animals love tumbleweeds. Young tumbleweeds, they're a delicacy. So lately, there's been some baby tumbleweeds out on the range. The turkeys have taken all the ones within our fence line. I guess they're really nutritious. So when Emrock was younger, he would still kind of harass the sheep. So we put up this electrical poly line. So he guards, but cannot access them. He would like pull their tail through the fence. And so I think he also would get at the afterbirth when they were lambing. Let's set you up here. So that's why that poly line is there. Animals will always do things you hadn't thought of. Alright, I'm gonna go in there. Hi, Phoebe. Hi, watch out. Hi, Lucy. Here we go. Here comes the chuck wagon. I love my sheeps. Hi, Lucy. There they could spread out. And they know I brought grain. They could see that red bucket. especially the biggest beggar of all, Mrs. Robinson. Hi, Mrs. Robinson. You're the biggest, and the biggest beggar. And of course my little Moosie. She's the bottle baby. I love her. Love them all. Here you go, guys. There. The sheep unionized with their collective bargaining in order to have equal distribution of grain. Ha ha. I'm such a punster. Alrighty. So I also check their mineral. They need more. Come around, check their water. Water's frozen, but not deep. They're fine with that. Alright, guys. Now it's time for bunnies. Back up the hill. So right now I have 3 breeding does who one just gave birth a week ago. One's due to give birth next week. And then the other one is 2 weeks after that. I have one retired doe. I don't know if I'm going to breed her or not. Kind of would like to get another doe out of her so that her line continues. Now today is rabbit barn cleaning day. Maybe I'll show you that. I don't know. Our internet is down, so I'm on Verizon. Hi, rabbits. Here we come. Here's one of my rock collections. Got some great rocks here. Chalcedony and agate. Alright, rabbits. Here's Mama. Hi, Magnolia Snaps. Snapper Snaps. She's got babies tucked in. This one's due next Friday. This one's due 2 weeks after that. Alright, let's see what I can do with this tripod. God. Rabbit blinds are dirty because rabbits have this obnoxious pee that turns into kind of a cement. And you could try to clean it, and you do clean it, but it's always going to leave a yucky residue. Let's see if I put this, get a bigger scene. And like I said, I usually will sing for each animal, but I don't know if I'm going to sing for you. It's a little embarrassing because I'm not a good singer. I've got $3 on this side, and the retired doe is Eglantine. Kind of like that. There you go, Courgette. She's close to being due, so she gets 2 scoops. This one's nursing, and she gets 2 scoops. And then when they get bigger, there'll be more added. The guys all get 1 scoop. And this is a 1/4 cup of Purina Show Rabbit. For Eglantine. And then they get a little ration of hay. And they get stuff from out of the garden. When I go out there and get it. But there's grass and other things for them out there. When I do my chop and drop, I give it to them. you go. This one might start hay stacking soon, and that's when they start collecting. In fact, looking at the pile under her, she might be doing that already. So when their time comes close like this, a week away, turn the nest box the other way around. And this way, they can the holes a different way. Let me move this. Sorry, Mama. I know. She's like, what are you doing? Excuse me. She's like, excuse you. There we go, Mom. That's much better. I don't know if you can see her. She went in there. So what she will do is take this hay, gather it up in her mouth, and build a nest. Give her a little privacy. Rabbits are pretty private. This is a flashlight and a thermometer, in case you were wondering. And Mama Snaps here will get angry at me for even opening her house, but housekeeping needs to be done. I don't know if there's anything to see in there. She's got them all tucked in at the back corner. One did find its way out the other day, and unfortunately I didn't save it in time, and so one passed. Nursing makes you thirsty. I have a watering can, so that's handy for upping the rabbit water through the wire. So, as you saw, it's hard to keep rabbit cages clean even under these conditions where it falls through. But if they're on the ground, they're just going to saturate that floor. And there's nothing you can do about it. This one I cannot leave his door open. He will jump to the ground. Cat claw. So, let's see. That first one is Larkspur. Hi, Larkspur. Larkspur had his day to hop yesterday. Every day they rotate through the rabbits. They get a turn to hop outside and dig holes and eat grass, play with the other animals. And today it's Poplar Hoppler's turn. Here, Poplar Hoppler. He's a gentle soul. He's a sweetheart. All of them are. The boys are nice. Much friendlier than the females. Larkspur came over with us in the covered wagon. Move out to our little house on the prairie. He was just a tiny baby. Poplar was born here. And it's his turn to hop today, so after he eats his breakfast, I'll take him out. Oh, sweet baby. I love you. Why are you thumping, Larkspur? Oh, good boy. There's Cat Claw Acacia, which I think Cat Claw is a great name for a rabbit, if I do say so myself. Especially for a wild animal like this one. Cat Claw, you're fierce. He's gentle with me, but he's just cuckoo. High energy. Show yourself. Show yourself, Cat Claw. But he just really enjoys his scritchies. Can you see that? I don't know. But Cat Claw. Cat Claw. There's my cat claw. Anyways, I'll leave him to eat his breakfast. Give the boys their water. And I need a refill on the water, so let's let you watch Corn Silk. Okay, got my water. I'm just going to top these off real fast. See her haystack? What do you guys think about that? Nature is amazing. Everything is taken care of. Like, the Creator thought of everything, every detail. It's marvelous. It just fills me with awe. It's such an honor to have this life and to be witness to this and to be responsible for making sure it runs smoothly, as smoothly as it can. Everybody's counting on me. Right, guys, ladies and gents? Right, guys? All right, Poplar, I'll see you in a couple hours. And so the next thing to do is put cat food in the barn cat bowl. So there's a little way that poultry has been getting in. So I'm going to blockade that with a water barrel. Oatmeal pans out here after getting pecked clean. Gotta remember to bring that in. So this is to keep the poultry from eating all the cat food. Way back in there. He's got a little, but let's top it off. Even the barn cats are kind of spoily. It is so nice having this little shed. What a great addition. Thanks to Matt's parents. And we have the indoor cat. He wasn't supposed to be an indoor cat, but his daddy beats him up. So he's mostly indoor now. And the sister indoor-outdoor cat. She is asleep in the sock bin at the moment, indoors. Hello. That's Tallulah, and she's molting. That's Tom Jones. He's very handsome. Yeah, all the poultry starts to hang out over here. The chicks are starting to go in the tree. So adorable. Can you see that chick on the branch? Stella and Barbara, the two blue slate hens. There's a little chickie. We do have all the usual predators, but they are, for the most part, outside the electric fence. Not very much wants to brave a confrontation with Amarok the Pyrenees, who I need to also feed. He does not like his kibble very much. When Brisket passed, Amarok started getting the homemade special diet that I made for Brisket. Brisket had like food allergy, or I don't know. He had been poisoned by lawn chemicals when he was a puppy, and he always had food sensitivity. After that, it was very loud for years, and he passed, and then he left a full week's worth of farm style super chunk with lamb liver and organic barley. And Amarok got to finish that off. And I will still make Amarok homemade food. We get the farm byproducts like liver and kidneys that we don't enjoy eating, but they sure do. Hi, Amarok, go in your house. Good boy. Go in your house. Good dog. Go sit. What a good boy. Stay. Stay. Now, why doesn't he have a bowl? It's because every time we give him one, he buries it. Okay, get it. You don't want it? Get your dinner. Amarok also inherited Brisket's bed. Come back in your house. I like to shut him in here for a while until he has a chance to make a stab at that meal. He often just won't touch it. But I want to at least give him an opportunity to try and eat it before the thieves come along, the poultry thieves. By this time, these guys are getting stir crazy. They had their family meeting. They want to free range, and Whitey will just sit in his food bowl. It's them theirs. Whitey will sit in the food bowl and just chirp happily. Oh, Whitey. Whitey. Whitey knows its name, too. Aw, thanks, Omega. I think Amarok's a good boy, too. It took him 3 years to calm down, though. Whitey. Blackie. Ooh-wee. The whole gang's in here. Okay, I'm going to put the lid down so that Peregrine does not go in there and beat Whitey up. We're always juggling the poultry politics. Here's me, Blackie. There you go. There we go. Safe and sound. Yes, it's very poopy. When that dries up a little, we just lift that lid and it pours over, and then we clean, quarterly. But that chirping noise means Whitey is cheerful, and it'll bump the bowl with its chest and know that that's the food. I think Whitey has some kind of brain damage as well as being blind. There it goes. Good job, Whitey. But the quality of life is there, and that's what matters. Our animals, we go by the Joel Salatin creed of we help them to express whatever their essence is, like the essence of turkey, is to free range and rummage around. And to talk trash. Turkeys like to talk trash. They chirp happily. They congregate in gangs, etc. So we have to facilitate that, and then they only have one bad day in their life, that harvest day. Or if a mishap befalls them, that's their one bad day. But overall, I try to give them a Garden of Eden life. And with that, I'm going to bid you adieu. Thanks so much for those of you who joined me on this morning feed time of imperfection. Really hope you'll consider mulching that like button. Have a blessed day.